Hey guys, welcome back. This is Jury Garage. I'm Davis. This is Tristan. As you can see, we have no car. This is not a video that we were ever expecting to make, ever wanted to make. Real bad news about the Camaro Project F, guys. The car that started this whole channel, it is completely totaled. It is gone.
It is gone.
We have some footage that we'll show here in a bit, but here's some photos just now of what it looks like. But yeah, guys, it's gone. It's totally gone.
So this just happened about 4 days ago, and so still in pain myself. No one else was in the car. It was a bad incident with rain on the highway. Like I said, never planned to make this video until now. We just went to go look at it. Davis saw it for the first time himself. We looked at what's salvageable, what's not. The plan is, of course, to buy back the car. It's not even in question because
I just go to auction and someone would just like it.
Plus my insurance, I pay monthly for the right to buy it back. I'm not going to have to pay for buying it back, so they're not going to get me on that. So the engine looks perfectly good. Of course, we don't know anything, from looking. We have to inspect it closer. But the engine, the drivetrain look good. The intercooler and the radiator seem okay. The radiator is quite bad.
The engine radiator is destroyed.
Is it actually? Because I saw it was bulged, but I didn't know if it held coolant or not.
It looked like it was holding coolant, but I wouldn't reuse it.
Okay. We could always pressure test it. I mean, it is bulged to hell. The intercooler somehow made it, like the actual heat exchanger. So like we have footage of all that. That all looks good. The turbo kit looks, a little damaged, but actually like in better shape than I thought. I thought all the welds would be cracked.
Yeah, the manifolds are squished from the strut towers coming in and hitting the manifolds, but the rest of the turbo kit looks fine. The turbo looks fine.
The turbo looks fine. All of it looks reusable. Most of the stuff in the engine bay looks reusable. Like I said, you're just going to have to look at the footage, but we really don't know anything until we get the car here, we cut it up, and get that stuff out of it. But yeah, really unfortunate. Nothing I ever wanted to have happen. It was a pretty bad accident. The airbags didn't deploy. I got tossed around.
Not that we didn't touch the airbags. There's just an old
that's
car.
Nothing that we did. Yeah, so that was, I don't know if the airbags would have helped in that moment or if it would have hurt me more, but in that moment it felt like it would have helped. Yeah, the car just felt like a death trap that whole time. I mean, it felt like a death trap before that. And I've always been skeptical of the 4th gens. That's why I wanted new suspension, specifically just to make a more stable car, make it just go down the road easier too.
The car didn't have an alignment yet because we were scheduled out for that.
Yep, so that was a couple weeks out. And I was definitely using tires I shouldn't have. At least like for the season, I could have had better tires for that. I learned a lot. There's just a lot of things that added up into that crash. Like there was a lot of factors that went. And oh man, it was only 4 days ago, guys. I'm still like in shock from that. I don't know what's next. We've talked about it a little bit, but like it's just too soon, to really know what the next step is. We have some ideas, like I said, we talked, but at least
this is just not expected. We have nothing this is having either scramble or figure, like we can't.
Exactly, like we don't have a plan B right now. We never expected this to be needed. And so we're kind of in a bad spot with content. We're kind of in a bad spot with just like cars in general. Davis is wanting to sell his Mustang. He's still going to do some work to it, but he wants
out of necessity now.
Yeah, he wants a new out of necessity. He's going to do more videos on it, but he wants a new project. He wants to be done with the Mustang. The Camaro was just getting started, and so like I said, we don't really have too many ideas. I think a GTO would be cool. I don't think I'm going to return to an F body, but we might. I just never felt 100% safe in that car.
Yeah,
and this is before this happened.
It's hard to explain, guys, being in the Camaro. Like, it was a very old car. The suspension was crap, kind of on us for not replacing it, but it's also one of those things that it was riding. But even if we put new suspension on it, I feel like that, like being an F body, being in that type of car, like it felt like a death trap. Like, I don't know how else to describe it.
Like Vence's doesn't feel like that because he's put a lot of money into suspension, and I'm not talking about just literally like struts and shocks and whatnot. Like I'm talking about like subframe connectors. I'm talking about like a new torque arm mount, stuff like that really made the car feel a lot more sturdy than mine ever did. And that was all the plan, but part of the big issue was the Camaro was being daily driven to work for about 4 weeks, And this was on its 5th week. So about 5 whole weeks I did this out of necessity because the Bonneville's down right now. And so I had no real other choice. And that is what ended up killing it. Because if it hadn't been on the road going to work, that wouldn't have happened. Again, though, like, I could have taken out any day where it was rainy like that, and that could have happened. But, yeah, it was just, there's more chances for that to happen because it was being daily driven. So that was not...
Wasn't proven, it was just built, got running in September, like...
It was not purpose-built for driving to work. It wasn't ready for driving to work. But out of necessity, I did. And so, it's all on me, you know? But, like, the car lost total control. There's nothing I could have done to save it. There's nothing I could have done differently on the road. I've looked back on it. And so it's just
like maybe if you were driving 45 or something on the highway.
Maybe. And it sucks on the highway.
He still got a ticket from it too. The cop was just like, you should know your car should have been driving slower, but he was driving just under the speed limit.
Yeah, I was. So I hit a semi-truck, and essentially semi-truck was right next to me, and he also said he wasn't speeding, he was right next to me. And then I saw him next to me, and then all of a sudden, I feel a bang, and then I see the car doing that. And so, even though with all that, the cop still gave me a ticket. The cop was a big dick. He was a state trooper. He didn't even ask if I was all right. He asked me for my license, my ID, my registration, and my insurance first.
Yeah, Tristan
he would do that.
Literally in the wall, the front end hanging in the lane.
Yep.
And the cop just came up, opened his door, license registration.
Yep. And then like the traffic was whizzing past me. I was so scared. They had me sit in that car for 30 or 45 minutes before they pulled me out. And that was wild. Like, the cop could have, like, let me sit in his car or something, but no. Like, they just had me sit there. Maybe that's normal. Maybe that's protocol. But then the truck driver of the tow truck had to come get me out, not the cop. And he brought me to safety, which was a laughable moment. So I'm okay. Gonna schedule a doctor's appointment for that. I have good insurance on the Camaro, so it's gonna give us extra money to play around with whatever next project. In fact, once we, like, secure a next project, like, the money from this might further our goals that we had for the Camaro, like the Holly or whatever.
Like, the drivetrain is savable. If you buy a shell of, like a GTO or a 5th gen Camaro, you guys in the comments, recommend us some cars to look into, some cheap ones. Or if it's going to be a newer car, it has to be a roller.
Yeah, it has to be. Cause it's...
Either way, we're doing a 3800 in it. We're putting the Camaro's engine in there.
There's no reason not to. And if I buy anything with a V8, the V8 is going to be just taken out, sold, and 3.8 swapped, just because that's what the Camaro was. And I'm going to continue that. Like I said, thousands into the motor. There's no reason not to. Plus, you guys like 3800s more than V8s, it seems.
Yep.
So... we've hit like a niche with that, and so I don't plan to stop that. So, yeah, we talked about an 04 to 06 GTO or a 5th gen Camaro. Again, those would probably have to be rollers unless I get a good deal on GTO. But there's one around town. But like I said, not completely sold on what to do. I'm not gonna jump into it. If I feel like it's a good deal, then I'm gonna pull the trigger soon. If I'm skeptical of it, then we're gonna wait a little bit, but hopefully have another one soon. One not in the state of the Camaro. Like, I don't want one to come in and then sit on jack stands for a year to 3 and then finish it. I don't want that. I want to buy a car that will not take that much work to get running. Like I said, we want to swap it. We want to put a Holly on it. In fact, a Holly might be necessary for what we do, unless a 3800 already came in it. Not likely. It's not going to be
front wheel drive car.
Yep, is not going to be. Which I might replace the Bonneville with another 3.8 front wheel drive car, but that's yet to be seen. I haven't made up my mind on that yet. There's a lot of stuff going through our heads. Again, like, we weren't prepared for this. We have a lot of spare parts for a Camaro. We have everything. And yeah, that's all wasted. It's all gone. But yeah, like Davis said, gonna pull the drivetrain, everything out of the engine bay. Gonna the gauges.
Yeah, there's a lot of savable stuff.
Everything
the
else
sensors. The motor, the transmission, intercooler stuff, maybe some of the turbo kit, all the gauge pods, I'm even thinking, like, we could take the freaking power wires from the battery, because that's all, that was
expensive.
Tons of, like, 100 feet of cable.
Yeah, and honestly, every panel is ruined on that car. Every single panel that is not the roof is ruined.
Yep.
And you'll see more. In fact, you probably already have seen it. We're not sure where this video, like, how it's going to be structured. So I'm not sure what you've seen and when, but yeah, we're just kind of like, I'm just kind of throwing everything at you guys. Like I said, like I'm not prepared for this video, so it's basically just been a ramble. I really don't know what to say besides that.
Yeah, it's a real tough break, guys. It is what it is, and we're just gonna have to look at everything, you know, assess where we're at, go through the possibilities moving forward, because we have to keep moving forward. We want to keep making these videos for you guys. We built the channel with the idea of building this Camaro.
Yep.
And it's gone now, but we can't let that stop us, so we do have to keep going. It does suck. That car literally took, between both of us, hundreds and hundreds of hours.
Years.
Every weekend doing videos, and it was mostly like the getting up and running was 2022, but still every weekend, hours out of our day just working on it. I had to edit videos for hours, even on my time off, even on the weekdays, like after work and stuff. I worked on it hours, money investment on my side, and especially Tristan's. Like, yeah, it really sucks that all this hard work is gone, but we're going to move forward with this and you know, look at the possibilities, and you know, hopefully we're going to be able to deliver you guys some cool content. You know, it could be one of those things where, you know, you lose this but you gain something else. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Like you know what, this could be a door closed and another one opened. I'm really hoping that this money gets us essentially a better car and a better build than the Camaro was capable of.
Yeah, when we were starting this channel and we had the idea for this, like, we had no YouTube experience at that point. We have a lot more experience.
Didn't have very much money.
Didn't have car experience, working on cars, fabricating it all. Now we're coming into this new project with all these skills. And
that's true. Yeah, that's what my dad said too. And to look on the bright side, and like I said, you know, I'm hoping to get just a better car in the end than the Camaro would be capable of. You know, I never really liked the look of it, but recently the wheels made it look pretty nice.
It grew on me for sure.
It grew on me, but the stability of the car was left something to be desired. So I just want a better car for sporty stuff, because it's a sports car. Yep. So it should be built for it. You know, it should drive like it. And the Camaro never drove like that. Of course,
we never got to that point.
We never got there. That was months in the future. That, you know, not years. And so we were close. But again, that's gone. So we gotta look to the future. We'll definitely be updating you on any like actual like updates for new project. But like I said,
developments.
Haven't decided on anything.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Put down below, you know, what you think, what you'd like us to work on, because we're gonna have this whole drivetrain of stuff into something. Prospects for me, I'm looking at buying a Fiero. I'm talking with this guy, kind of dragging his feet on it, but it's a great deal. It's exactly what I want, so hopefully that works out. The Mustang is for sale, so you know, if you guys are local to the PDX Vancouver area and you know anything about the car, you know it's worth it's a great car, and like selling it for me would also go into the channel, and that's exactly the my purpose for selling it is to fund another project and, you know, just progress the channel. One other thing, I'm a complete dummy. I've been promoting memberships on YouTube for like months now. Realize I never even turned them on. So if you want to join us as a member down below, you know, help support us, especially in this moment now with the Camaro being completely destroyed and us needing a new project car, that'd definitely help us out. I mean, just watching our videos, liking them, you know, you guys are loyal fans, and appreciate all you guys watching, all the new fans and the old ones. But we are going to rebuild from this, and unfortunately it just is what it is. The car is gone, and we're going to move forward with the channel. So
I hope you stick with us, guys, through this. Like
I know a lot of you guys joined the channel just for the Camaro. It was that's what jump started the channel. It's the we did. So
we still get comments like you know, the last 6 months of, hey, why is the Camaro not running? I have been a subscriber since the start of the channel. So I'm hoping that those people don't leave us over this. You know, like I said, we're gonna build something better out of it, and we're gonna look on the bright side. So it's just gonna take some time, like everything. Life gets in the way.
Absolutely.
And this is just another life moment.
Yep. So it's an unfortunate life moment, but we're going to build from it. Yeah, I think that's going to do it. Again, down in the comments, let us know if you have any ideas for future projects you'd like to see on the channel.
2000 or newer, preferably, for suggestions.
Something rear-wheel drive. We're going to be putting a manual transmission in it. We're going to be putting a turbo 3800 in it. That's going to do it. Be sure to you know, keep watching our videos. You know, we're going to have more stuff in the coming weeks here. Kind of short on content without the Camaro, but you know, we're going to figure it out. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.